I've read your emails, so I want to hear you talk.
All right. Well, I'm very excited to have Clint Hurdle here joining us today. We actually did talk on the phone one time, and he has been unbelievably friendly and generous and instrumental in making today happen. So thank you so much. And the first time I talked to him on the phone, we arranged a time to talk. I called him without even knowing it was me. He goes, "Hello, Jennifer!" And he's been so wonderful in getting this together. So thank you so much, and we're very excited to hear it.
Well, thank you. This is a very cool opportunity for me. Many of you might not know that I actually have a title within our organization in the United States. I'm the spokesperson for Prader-Willi Syndrome Association, OPWSA. We negotiated a salary of $0 because I didn't want the money to come into play at all. It was funny that it's been such a wild and crazy ride for us as a family. And the one thing I wanted to make sure you hear from me today is I want to share our experience, our strength, and our hope for your families moving forward. Some of you may have children older than our daughter Madison, who's 15. Some of you have children younger than Madison. 15 years ago, my wife and I found out our little girl was born with a birthday. Truthfully, it was one of the hardest days we've had. I can remember getting walked to a room, down a corridor, sat down, and boom, here you go. Wow. That's not what we expected when we woke up in the morning to have to deal with it the rest of our lives. It's not a cold, it's not the flu, it's not going to go away. You got to figure it out. One of the coolest things that's come from this is the relational value it's brought to my wife and I. And one of my challenges to groups when I'm like this is the challenge goes to the men. Because I've known many men that have gotten together when this has happened, the men have gone. Or they've shunned responsibility, or they just feel what they feel, and for lack of a better term, they don't man up. It's hard. This is not the wives' challenge. This is our challenge. And what it's done for my wife and I has probably brought us closer together as a couple than we ever would have gotten on our own. Because there's days I've got to show up for Carla, my wife. That she's struggling and it's been overwhelming and it's been different. There's days she's got to show up for me. I go to work. I get to leave periodically. You know, I get to go, and I go somewhere else, and I don't have some of those challenges that continue to show. However, I tell her, don't hold that against me. It's what I do. However, when I'm home, I need to be home. When I'm home, I need to plug in. We actually came up with a little term for when I'm home. It's called, for me to be where my feet are. So when I go home, I'm not the manager of the Pirates. When I go home, I'm not worried about McCutcheon having to come out of a game Friday night because he got a bad knee. When I go home, I'm not worried about Blanco having to come out of a game last night because of a hamstring. I was away for 2 days and we lost 2 players. My responsibilities as a parent have never been more challenging and more rewarding. We have a 15-year-old daughter with Prader-Willi. We have a 12-year-old son. And the other thing I'm here to encourage you about is they both need time. Christian, my boy, needs time. Christian doesn't have Prader-Willi syndrome. Christian has somewhat of a restricted diet at home. We all do. Our diets have changed dramatically over the years for the better. However, Christian needs to do things a 12-year-old needs to do. And sometimes Maddie's speed isn't Christian's speed. Yes, they need to coexist, and we need to have family time together, but we've also found opportunities for a Christian to have his time, where you go at his speed and do the things he needs to do with the kids he needs to do them with. It's a challenge. But you know what? We don't waste time like we used to when we didn't realize we were wasting time. We have to be much more intentional with our time now. And we do seek support all over the place. We have figured out a long time ago, we can't do this on our own. I can promise you one thing, if you try and do this just on your own, you've got a good chance of failing miserably. There's support within our industries with Jennifer, the group. We actually, I don't know if any of you, Maddie has just started taking some medication for anxiety. Some children take it early on. Maddie just started at the age of 15. I don't know because of its boys that have come into her life, or that's a poor joke. But we've just started experimenting with some medication for anxiety. And it was based on some of the things we'd encompass at home, because we got to a point with a teenager that Maddie would try so hard all day to be normal at school that when she got home, sometimes she'd explode. You know, the all day being normal, being like everybody else. Go, go, go. School, study, test, And then when she got home, sometimes she verbally vomited on her mom or on her brother. And sometimes when I was home. And we'd have to work through that. So we sought help. We actually go to counseling once a month. Dad goes, mom goes, brother goes, Maddie goes. We do it as a family, and then the counselor takes us individually. We find tools. We continue to look for help and answers on how to better support one another and the family. And the lady we go to is really smart. She's worked with Prader-Willi families for 35 years. She's really good. We can't figure all this out on our own. I don't encourage you to try. Some things you need to do on your own. However, there's a lot of things. Call up Jennifer. Call up your support system here. Your normal doctor. Diet's critical. There's no doubt. We count calories still. We're going to count calories our whole life. Maddie's going to have to count calories forever. Maddie actually took to swimming early. I don't know if any of your children do. The buoyancy of the water gave her a confidence she didn't have on land on her own. Her gross motor skills were slow developing. She didn't walk till she was 20 months old. And she didn't run until she was 4 years old. She can run now. She can dance. She can really dance. She loves swimming. The running part, not so much. The dancing part. So the athletic challenges, that type of exercise, that's been hard to get her something motivated to get her to do. But there's a beautiful little girl in there that wants to come out and play every day, and we've got to help her find those opportunities to do it. And I encourage you to look for help if you need it. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Because there are people out there equipped to help us with these challenges and the opportunities we have. Daddy wants just what my oldest daughter wants at 32. I have another special needs daughter in her own right. She's 32 and she lives in San Francisco. And she doesn't have Prader-Willi syndrome. But we've had to help her grow up, and now she's a young adult living her best life, but there were challenges with her as well. Who knows what Christian's got for us down the road? He just introduced something to me while I was on the road this week. He's got a man bun. He said it's a man bun. I said, son, you're 12. You can't have a man bun. You got a boy bun. And I said, when I get home, I'm cutting that thing off. No. I said, I'm just kidding. I'm going to tell you something really funny. Maddie comes to the park. Maddie watches every pitch. Maddie knows the numbers of every player. Maddie knows baseball. I think as you'll see as your kids grow up, they will have memories for certain things. They will have skills for certain things that'll blow you away, and some other things. It's amazing that there's parts of Maddie right now that are stuck in 6th grade. Maddie's 15. She's going into 9th grade. She's transitioning to high school. But there's parts of Maddie that are at 6th grade level that may always be. You know what? That's okay. The baseball thing, There's times I go home and talk baseball with men. My son, Christian, he retired from baseball at the age of 4. At the age of 4, he got done with his first T-ball season, and I said, buddy, what do you got? He said, Dad, way too intense, I'm out. He's been out ever since. Christian does karate, hip-hop dance. He's a tremendous cartoonist, artist, painter, singer. He's a Renaissance man. The girls love him at school. He's got a sensitive heart. He's completely different than his father. There's nothing about baseball tied to my boy, and you know what? It's good. It's all right. Between Maddie and I, we got enough baseball for both of us. And Carla makes the whole thing work. Don't ever think that I'm the guy. Behind every good woman, I found out, behind every good man, I found out is a much better woman. My wife makes it all happen. My wife is the one that sets the schedule. My wife is the one that makes sure Maddie gets her shots. I learned how to do the shots just to give my wife breaks. I give shots when I'm home. Maddie doesn't like it as much when I give the shots. He says I'm a little too firm. The growth hormone shots. I don't know if you all involved in growth hormone shots. 6 times a week. Here we go. Growth hormone. It's not a road that you cannot navigate. It's not a road that doesn't have blessings along with it. I'm telling you, we're 15 years in, and the things we've seen, it's been good. It's been better than good. It's been hard too. Don't get me. It's been hard, but you know what? You're going to have hard with your other kids. It's the thing I can tell you is there's a reason for it. We believe with all our hearts. There's a reason why Maddie has Prader-Willi syndrome. And one of those reasons is I'm here today to share with you experience, strength, and hope moving forward. Prader-Willi syndrome is an equal opportunity employer. It can strike in anybody's family. It can show up anywhere. And it doesn't mean we need to be a pariah, or we need to go hide, we need to be embarrassed. Our kids are special and are significant. Maddie's already done things we never imagined that she may be able to do, and there's no telling what she's going to do in the future. Again, though, the biggest thing that she's done for us, and I believe this with all my heart, has brought my wife and I to a place we may have never gotten together on our own. So for you guys, show up. Show up for your wives. Show up for your son or your daughter. It's not anything but an opportunity to be a dad. You get to be a dad. And you get to be a husband and a father in a different, significant way than with a child without a birth defect. But you got to show up. And you got to be intentional, and you got to be purposeful. It's not going to go away. But when you're there, man, you can make such a difference for your family. Any questions? Any questions about anything? I'm going to sign autographs. Who's my daughter? My daughter's Madison Riley Hurdle. She's in Pittsburgh right now. She just had a birthday and turned 15. And she loves Shawn Mendes, and we're going to a Shawn Mendes concert as part of her birthday month big celebration. Yes, sir.
Does some of your daughters need your families ever interfere with your very busy travel schedule?
Does some of my daughters what?
Needs and your family's need where you got a busy all year.
I do.
You can't be there.
I can't be there for many things that go on during the school year. However, there are things I can be there for during the school year when we're home. And then my opportunity to actually become more significant is the off season. Unfortunately, where I have an off season that for 4 months, I don't work. And the one lesson I've learned, one of the greatest lessons I've learned, when I go home in the off season, I don't go home and control everything. I just fold back into the family. I become a soccer mom. I take the kids, I drive the kids, I pick up stuff, I go here, I go there. I basically What do you need done? I am, honey, what can I do? Carl, what do you need done? So, one of the challenges of my job is I travel. One of the blessings of my job is that it gives us opportunity to do things that are significant and special as well.
Thank you so much, Clint, for being here. If you haven't read this, my whole family has read it now. It's called Big Data Baseball. It's about how Clint Hurdle and the Pittsburgh Pirates had their first winning season in 21 years.
Yeah.
And they're used to favorite measure. Great book. And this is actually what brought this event to me. My brother had read the book and called me up and said, "Did you know Clint Hurdle's daughter has Prader-Willi?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you know they're playing the Jays this summer?" I said, "I need to call you back. I need to get on this." So, thank you again so much for your generosity with your time, with sending all these towels to our group, and it's been fantastic getting to meet you, and hopefully everyone will have a chance to have a picture with you or sign and get an autograph.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.